an update video like this one before, but I felt like I needed to. Because I know some of you are in it right now, deep in it. The kind of in it where you're not even asking for things to get better anymore. You're just asking for one normal day where you can breathe without your mind trying to eat itself. If that's you, I want you to hear something from someone who was just there. You can make it through. And not because life suddenly becomes fair, not because somebody swoops in and rescues you, but because you decide you're not done. That decision is a weapon. So yeah, welcome back. Welcome to the Unbreakable Veteran channel. My name is Devin, and I hope you enjoy today's video. This one is an update, but not the kind where I just list events and pretend they didn't cost me anything, because I've been through a lot lately, even for me. Divorce, money stress, custody stuff, suing the LDS church, cutting contact with family, finding a new job, just one thing after the other. And there was a point where I genuinely didn't know if I was going to make it through. Not like some movie moment where I'm standing in the rain yelling. More like quiet, sitting there late at night, staring at nothing, and you can feel your mind searching for an exit. That's a scary place. But I did make it through, and I'm stronger for it. And so this video isn't a pity party, and it isn't a victory lap either. It's more like a checkpoint, a marker in the road. Because life moves fast, and it's easy to forget what you survived the second you're out of it. I also know YouTube can be pretty fake. People only show highlights. People only show wins. People only show the after photo. But I'm not interested in that. This channel is about resilience, truth, and building a life you can actually respect when no one's watching. Sometimes that's skating in LA adventures. Sometimes it's rebuilding your foundation while everything is on fire. Today is that second one. So let me describe what everything hitting at once actually feels like. Because when people say, I'm stressed, that could mean anything. But when your life pillars start falling at the same time, it's a different category. It messes with your sense of time. Weeks feel like years. Planning ahead becomes hard because your brain is trying to get you through today. The future turns into fog. You don't even want to look into it because you feel like you'll see something worse. And you still have to be functional. That's the part that breaks people. It's pain plus responsibility, pain plus deadlines, pain plus parenting, pain plus money, pain plus legal stress, pain plus someone trying to control the narrative about you. And there were days where I felt like I was walking around with a mask on, like, hey, what's up? Yeah, I'm good. Meanwhile, inside, it's like my nervous system is a live wire. I had to simplify everything. I had to stop trying to be the best version of myself and focus on being a stable version of myself. Stable comes before strong. Stable comes before creative. Stable comes before funny. If you're unstable, everything you build collapses again. So I started treating my life like triage. What's bleeding? What's urgent? What can wait? What can I ignore without consequences? What can I not ignore no matter how tired I am? And one of the biggest lessons is this. A lot of problems don't get solved by thinking harder. They get solved by doing the next boring step. Paperwork, calls, showing up, documenting, following through. That stuff's not glamorous. But the season also taught me a lot about people. Comfort makes everyone look good. When life is calm, it's easy to sound noble. But when life gets sharp, you see who has character and who has a mask. Some people watch you struggle and they get a little weird. Some people twist things. Some people rewrite history. Some people try to make your lowest point your identity, and then there are the quiet ones who check on you without trying to be part of the story. You learn who really matters. I used to over-explain myself. If someone misunderstood me, I wanted to clarify it. If somebody lied about me, I wanted to prove the truth. I still care about the truth, obviously, but I don't chase people who are committed to misunderstanding me anymore. That's a trap. It drains your energy and keeps you reactive. Reaction is how people control you. And the anchor through all of it has been my son. That boy kept me human. Because no matter what drama is happening, no matter what people are saying, no matter what the court stuff looks like, no matter what my mind is doing, he still just wants his dad. And fatherhood in chaos teaches discipline you can't fake. You can be falling apart inside and still have to make breakfast, still have to play, still have to be patient, still have to make sure that your son feels safe. And there were moments where I'd be sitting there with him and I'd realize, I can't bring adult darkness into this kid's world. I can't let him feel my stress as a cloud in the room. So I had to get good at pulling myself back, not pretending, not acting, just prioritizing. And that bond is stronger than ever now, and I'm proud of that. So if you're watching this and you're in your own storm, I'm not gonna hit you with corny motivational lines. I'm gonna say something real. Some days the goal isn't to win. The goal is to not self-destruct. The goal is to not make a permanent decision because you're exhausted or angry. The goal is to not say the thing that can't be unsaid. The goal is to not relapse into a version of you that you worked for years to outgrow. That counts. Now for the good part. Things are going well again. I found a new job as a security analyst for a nonprofit focused on climate change, and that feels stabilizing. It feels like my mind can finally use energy for something productive again, instead of being under constant threat detection. And I'll tell you, starting a new job after months of chaos is surreal. You're sitting in onboarding, smiling, meeting people, learning systems, while you've got this whole other world behind your eyes. Like if people knew what you were balancing recently, they'd be shocked you're this calm. But that's what pressure does. You don't go through a season like that and stay the same. You stop sweating the small stuff. You also stop tolerating nonsense. Both are true. And I'm past all the divorce stuff, and I got what was owed to me for my house. That matters, not as a flex, but as a release. Because money stress leaks into everything. It hits your sleep, your patience, your ability to think straight. It makes you feel trapped. So getting out of that felt like my nervous system unclenched. And my relationship with my son, stronger than ever. That's the biggest win in this whole story. That's the thing I'll actually care about at the end of my life. It's crazy how quickly things can change though. You can be in a tunnel for months, then one day you realize the air is lighter and you can finally look forward again. But man, I'd been so focused on survival that I put YouTube on the back burner for a while. I didn't feel like being seen. I didn't feel like explaining myself to strangers while I was fighting real battles. I was protecting my kid. I was keeping my mind stable. That came first. But I'm back, and some people won't like that. Some people won't vibe with me. That's fine. If you let the perceptions of other people control your behavior, you're never going to create anything real. You'll build your whole life around avoiding criticism, and that life feels like a cage, even if it looks successful. So I'd rather be polarizing and honest than liked and fake. Because I think a lot of people misunderstand authenticity. They think it means oversharing or saying whatever comes to mind, or being reckless because I'm just being real. But that's not what I mean. When I say authentic, I mean stop living like you're auditioning. Stop shaping yourself into whatever gets the best reaction. Say what you mean, do what you say, stay consistent. That's authenticity. And the more you align with yourself, the more people reveal themselves around you. Some people respect it, some people test it. Some people try to punish you for not playing your old role. Let them. Just keep walking on. So let's talk about the channel for a second, because I know a lot of you are here for the skating stuff, the city vibes, whatever I got going on right now. I'm at 20.7k subs right now, slowly rising, going up. And yeah, I've been promoting some of my shorts. I dropped a couple bucks and got like 50 subs off of it, which is really funny to me. It's like the most modern thing ever. I spent a couple bucks and got like 50 people to subscribe to my existence. So anyway, I'm going for 100k now, not because I need validation, but because I know what I'm building here. I know how many people need this kind of voice, especially right now when everything feels like either fake positivity or pure doom. So I'm gonna keep skating, I'm gonna keep exploring LA, Little Tokyo, downtown, the weird corners of the city. I'm gonna keep riding the motorcycle, and I'm going to keep creating. I'm gonna keep mixing in the deeper stuff too, because that's part of my life, whether people like it or not. I'm not pretending I'm some normal guy with no inner world. That's not me. Now, while I've been fighting my own battles, I've also been watching what's happening out in the world. And I'm not even talking politics. I'm talking about something even uglier than that. For years, if you even hinted at certain things, people acted like you were insane, like you were a paranoid idiot who needed to touch grass. Cool, whatever. But now, it's getting harder to pretend the world is innocent. Harder to pretend power automatically equals integrity. Harder to pretend there aren't networks where money buys silence and truth gets delayed until everybody's tired. And I'm gonna say it the way I actually mean it. A lot of stuff people used to whisper about: trafficking, ritual abuse, cult-like behavior, people in high places doing things that make your stomach turn. It feels even closer to the surface now than ever. I've seen allegations about cannibalism. I've seen allegations about ritual violence. I've seen allegations about people getting off on humiliation, pain, control, all like it's some sport. And I'm not saying that to entertain you. I'm saying it because that kind of evil changes the way you look at the world. And before somebody hits me with a smug, "Where's your proof?" I'm not presenting a court case in a YouTube video. I'm talking about patterns people keep seeing, stories that keep repeating, and the way the public gets drip-fed just enough that keeps us arguing while nothing changes around us. And I'm not even looking for an apology here. I'm past that. What I want is accountability. I want consequences. I want the protecting to stop. And if you've been watching this too, you know what it does to your head. It makes you suspicious of everything. It makes you look at celebrity culture and entertainment and think, why does this feel like a shrine for the wrong god? Because it's not just bad people exist. Everybody knows that. It's the scale. It's the shamelessness. It's the way darkness gets packaged and sold like it's edgy, like it's funny, like it's a vibe. And then the internet makes it worse. It takes real corruption and mixes it with fake screenshots, rumor threads, cloud chasers, and people who will say anything for clicks. So you have two problems at once: actual evil in the world, and a machine that monetizes your fear. That's how people end up trapped, scrolling every night, angry, exhausted, unable to tell what's real and what's bait, but feeling like they can't look away from it all. So here's where I'm at. I'm paying attention. I'm not naive. I'm not doing the everything is love and light thing, but I'm also not letting this stuff possess me. I'm not letting a feed decide my mood every day. I'm not going to live in a constant state of disgust and outrage and call that being awake. If something is real, it holds up when it gets dragged into the light. It survives scrutiny. It survives time. It survives people trying to tear it apart. That's my standard. And if it doesn't meet that standard, I'm not letting it live in my head 24/7, because the trap is simple. People think staying angry means they're alert. No, staying angry means you're being farmed. And a lot of people are getting farmed right now. And yeah, pop culture has gotten weird as hell too. Even if you don't believe in anything spiritual, you can see the obsession with darkness, the symbolism, the shock imagery, the constant look at how twisted we are energy. Sometimes it's art, sometimes it's marketing, sometimes it's just people trying to be edgy. But if you have pattern recognition, you notice the repetition. You notice what gets celebrated. You notice what gets normalized. And eventually you start asking a basic question. Why does it feel like they want people comfortable with evil? And all this darkness, all it's done is push me towards Jesus. Not as a costume, not as a trend, not as me trying to join a hierarchy. I'm not interested in any of that. I'm interested in Jesus as a man. Because when I look at him, I see compassion for people who are crushed by life. And I see zero patience for hypocrisy from people who use power like a weapon. He wasn't timid. He wasn't trying to be liked. He didn't bend knee to status. He spoke in truth in front of people who could kill him, and they did. That kind of moral backbone is rare. And yeah, the table flipping side resonates with me too. Not because I want chaos, but because I respect someone who refuses to let evil hide behind ceremony and titles. When you've been through betrayal, when you've seen through false narratives, when you've watched institutions protect the wrong people, it hits different. So I bought a Bible and I'm reading a bit of it each night. Not because I think I have everything figured out. I don't. I still have my beliefs. I still have my experiences. I still have a bunch of questions. But I know this. If the culture is trying to normalize darkness, I'm going in the other direction on purpose. If the world wants numbness, I'm choosing awareness. If the world wants cynicism, I'm choosing principle. If the world wants quiet, I'm choosing backbone. So yeah, don't normalize what's been going on. Don't normalize cruelty. Don't normalize corruption. Don't normalize treating people like objects. Don't normalize mocking anything sacred just because it gets laughs. Don't normalize any of this stuff. And also, don't let paranoia eat your whole life either. That's another prison. There's a middle path. Stay awake, stay grounded, keep your heart clean, protect your mind, and be ready to stand up for what's right when it actually matters. Because that time might be coming sooner than we thought. So, I think we should watch what happens in the next few months very closely. Not to doomsday prep, but just to be aware and alert. And if real accountability happens, good. And if it doesn't, at least you see reality clearly and you stop lying to yourself about what kind of world we live in. Either way, you don't lose yourself. You build your community. You build your family. You stay disciplined. You take care of your body. You keep creating. And you keep on living, regardless of what happens. And so I want to end this on something positive, because I don't want this channel to be a doom channel. That's not my mission. I've seen life flip fast. I've watched things go from, I don't know how I'm going to survive this, to, wait, I'm actually okay, in a short amount of time. I've watched my relationship with my son get stronger. I've watched my money stress loosen its grip. I've watched doors open at the exact moment I needed them. I've watched my mind come back online. So if you're listening to me right now and you feel stuck, I'm telling you, the tunnel lies. The tunnel makes you think it's forever. It's not forever. You're going to get your breath back. You're going to get your appetite back. You're going to get your focus back. You're going to get your confidence back. It doesn't always happen all at once, but it comes back. And here's the call to action I want to leave you with, for me and for you. Let's be a little more like Jesus, not in the fake, preachy way, in the real way. Real compassion for people who are struggling, real patience for the weak, real kindness when it costs you something, real courage when it's unpopular, real honesty even when it's inconvenient. And also, stop tolerating hypocrisy. Stop tolerating predators. Stop tolerating corruption in your own life. Stop tolerating the version of you that makes excuses. Jesus wasn't soft. He wasn't passive. He was grounded. He was disciplined. He told the truth. He stood for what was right. He didn't worship status. He didn't sell out. So this week, do something small that's in that direction. Reach out to someone who's isolated. Apologize to someone you've been stubborn with. Forgive somebody if it's time. Not for them, but for you. Stop feeding your mind garbage late at night. Read a few pages. Pray if you pray. Meditate if you meditate. Get your body moving. Stretch. Hold the line on your integrity, even if it costs you your comfort. That's how you push back against darkness without becoming dark yourself. So thanks for listening. I appreciate every one of you who's been here and everyone who's new. If you've been in survival mode too and you're still here, I'm proud of you. Keep going. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'd love to hit 100K subscribers this year, and I'm gonna keep earning it. And drop a comment. What's one way you're trying to be better right now? It doesn't have to be huge. One step, one habit, one decision. Thank you so much. Stay unbreakable. Peace out.